Welcome to MAGNALEAN Extreme Recipes Monthly Explained. Get the secret formulas for powering up health and a lean and toned body. Nutritionally optimized recipes that make lean body getting happen more automatically. Discover the nutrient dosing vehicle method in line with our version of food as medicine for powering up health while obtaining and maintaining lean, toned and ultra-healthy bodies. One main key secret to successful dieting is to have key go-to recipes that deliver the nutrients you need, that are exciting to you personally, that taste good to you and help reset the body into a more lean, toned and healthy state. No key recipes in a diet? Then what often happens? It's really easy to start messing up a diet. Cheating on the diet becomes the norm when there are not exciting foods that help you become more lean and toned, ready to eat. So one starts going for convenience foods and quick fixes, all when one gets hungry. We've found that the key to being successful in dieting for weight loss or for superior health is to find a few core recipes that will cover all of our essential nutrient needs. And of course, we need to find the recipes and tweak them with tweaking tricks, so we like eating them a lot. We have to get those recipes to the point that we even start to daydream about them. We have very positive emotions associated with them. And when we can have positive emotional associations to recipes that can help make us lean and super healthy, well then we have a winner. The recipes need to have all the nutrients you need in a day, which means that they must be smartly calculated to use high-performance nutrients that also don't cause detrimental side effects, that do promote health and that do actually help us become leaner, more strong and healthy. And of course, we need to find these secret formula, key recipes that we like to eat that will provide the base of foods we eat on a daily basis so we don't have to guess, so we don't have to keep changing things up while missing out on nutrients and while eating foods that push our health and lean body ambitions backwards. And to clear some confusion about our recipes, since different people think of recipes in different ways, when we are talking about a recipe we are talking about a nutrient dosing formula, a combination of foods that feed the body essential nutrients that you need. We want to use foods that don't have the health detrimental side effects of popularly pushed modern-day foods that cause health disruptions, inflammation, hidden fat generation and so on. So when we make a recipe, we are looking at nutrient profiles per food so we can know what nutrients we will be getting on average when we eat a food. We like to find the nutrients of each food and then add them up into recipes in order to make high-powered high-nutrient recipes with a great balance of nutrients. By specifically targeting food with certain nutrients we can then better strategically optimize our eating so we can better ensure that we are getting powerful nutrients that add to our health in each and every recipe. Doing this is incredibly health powerful. Most people have incredible imbalances and incredible amounts of missing nutrients which ends up causing all sorts of significant problems later on. And that's also arguably one of the main core roots of the modern-day healthcare disasters and skyrocketing disease rates. Additionally, we look to add other powerful foods that heal the body. We also look to use foods that make the body powerful for accelerated recuperation and repair for greater productivity and performance. We look to create recipes that detoxify the body and cleanse out the body even to the cellular level and in between the cells, including all the various plumbing apparatuses of the body, especially in the blood and the lymphatic system, but also the organs of the body. Also, we need to use recipes that will help us more easily become lean and toned while tasting good and feeling good. We have to look forward to our key go-to recipes as something that we're excited about. We need to be excited about eating the foods in these recipes. Our physical body needs to be excited knowing that the foods from these recipes have certain recipes will provide the nutrients it needs to recuperate and repair into a state of happiness and ease. We want recipes also that give us even sustain long-lasting energy. This makes for highly efficient eating and increased productivity. On top of that, we personally want recipes that can help us reverse aging. How do we do that? Well, we use certain ingredients and then we also avoid using other ingredients. We already know of certain ingredients that accelerate aging. But there are certain ingredients, foods that help reverse aging. We can become very creative in our combinations of foods and use of ingredients in order to create the recipes that can not only have a powerful positive effect on the body but can also taste good. Yes, of course, if you don't have the taste then you're not going to want to continue eating a food. But taste is variable per individual and we will also include variation concepts for making foods taste in different ways. So therefore it's through the diving in, and making, tasting and trying of various new power recipes that one finds their key go-to recipes. But for those of you who are afraid of cooking or maybe you don't have much cooking experience, don't worry at all. We've made these recipes beginner-friendly. We've made these recipes caveman, cavewoman-friendly. We want to make these recipes as easy as possible and efficient as possible. Yes, these recipes are also a reaction from becoming absolutely fed up with the whole bodybuilding 6 to 8 meals a day cooking and eating process. We wanted something much more easy to do, efficient and much more healthy for the long term. So we are bouncing out of the bodybuilding while incorporating concepts and techniques from master healers in health, Dr. Sebi and Dr. Morse to name a couple. Please do understand that once you find your own set of powerful, go-to recipes that can help you recuperate and heal your body into better, more optimal health, youth, energy, vitality, strength, a lean and toned body and just to be better looking in general, then you're going to be adding power to your life and an advantage over most people who simply wing it in their eating from day to day while eating a lot of stuff that takes their health, youth, energy, vitality, strength, lean and toned body ambitions and looks backwards on a daily basis. It's the little things that count, and if you can just simply tilt the scales so your foods that you eat on a daily basis and foods that you avoid on a daily basis go to building up yourself, building up your health and looks and building up your own personal power in general. And of course the prime focus of these recipes is to help one get lean and toned and stay lean and toned simply by changing her eating habits into these recipes. Speaking of eating habits, part of establishing an eating habit will be in reculturing the gut volume. These foods will tend to reculture the gut biome in a very positive way. It's absolutely astounding learning how a good gut biome does so many functions that are so beneficial in the body, including helping us lose weight and stay healthy. We focus on using foods approved by highly successful healing masters and from our own experience. We test out these various foods on ourselves. We have several decades of experience in fixing health problems, coming up with complete systems for reversing health problems, on top of our experience in health in general, fitness, personal training and bodybuilding. We take all these concepts and combine them with discoveries of others to see where there are similarities and synergies while getting ideas for some of our own newer concepts additionally. These foods are not associated with what currently, popular health says is healthy. These foods are more pure in every way. They associated with helping the body heal without clogging it up. There have been many great healers discovered over the past few decades, thanks in part because of the internet getting the word around about these extraordinary talented people who discovered effective clues that unlock solutions to obtaining various health goals and resolutions. So we thought, wait a minute, why not use many of these powerful principles as habit in what we eat on a daily basis, at least in part? Why not put every advantage on our side for great health, a lean and toned body, anti-aging, age reversal, high levels of energy, great agility, fast recuperation and healthy, robust, pure regeneration? So arguably these recipes may be so valuable to you in that they give you the power to finally lose the weight but also feed your body so you can now get lean and toned. Additionally, these recipes could very well help you have better health. And when you find recipes that are health regenerative while providing you the taste and feel that makes for you a great experience, then you've struck gold. So many people go through life without any sort of exact go-to foods. They eat all sorts of random junk and then eventually they get sick and fat. No longer should you ever be imprisoned without healing foods on hand that can make you and keep you lean and toned. When you learn these recipes, you'll learn methods that will supply you exact and easy ways to even make bulk batches of powerful foods that last a long time. And since you are making these foods, you're going to know what's in these foods exactly versus buying cooked meals from someone else. You'll now become exactly organized with your foods that make you healthy, lean and toned while being able to always have them on hand. And you'll have plenty different recipes to be able to handle different food availabilities and the seasonality availability use of the different foods. In popular health and fitness, many of these professionals have been duped into the concept of thinking that certain popular foods are healthy when they are not. Most of these popularly promoted foods are a sham. The good foods that heal the body without the side effects have been shoved under the rug, and even largely hidden in the grocery stores were not carried at all. But not anymore. People are learning. These good foods have become more available than ever, and their availability will increase into the future. These are all foods that taste better as well on average, and they certainly make you feel better. They can help heal the body and feed the body without the side effects of popular modern foods. Most people who fail at dieting do so by coping out by sneaking off to eat modern-day convenience by eating lesser foods, easy convenient fast foods, or even eat these modern corrupted foods because they've been tricked into thinking that these foods were healthy. Eating the wrong, easy foods easily happens when you don't have the good foods on hand and made, ready to eat, foods that are tasty. If you've failed in dieting or obtaining the weight loss that you wanted from all of your dieting and exercise efforts, then A. You were not prepared with the right foods you needed when you became hungry. B. You did not have recipes that were tasty to you and that you actually got excited about eating. C. And of course you're keeping the junk foods around the house because you just don't want to throw away. D. You didn't get yourself into getting used to eating the good foods, so your gut biome stayed the same, and then you kept craving the old junk that makes you fat. Once you crack the code on a few good recipes that are go-to nutrient recipes, dieting becomes so much easier, even a piece of cake. And finally, losing the weight actually and truly happens. You cannot depend on others or restaurants to make you food when you're on a diet. Plus, if you have to pay other people for cooking for you, it can get very expensive. That said, there are all sorts of creative strategies that can be done in order to have others cook your food for you at low cost, which we talk about in this program. So when you know how to get the ingredients and make a batch of powerful foods easily and efficiently, so you only have to cook, prepare food, every now and then or every few days, then you put yourself in a high probability position of winning in your dieting. And quite frankly, the recipes are most people's missing link to their success at losing the weight they want. The recipes are the secret key. And I'm speaking from over 30 years of experience in health, fitness, personal training, and nutrition. Without being prepared with the foods ahead of time, diets get wrecked every time. So a fix was needed. And that fix is the MAGNALEAN Extreme Recipes Monthly for powerful foods done right. But you may say, oh well, I can just get food from a restaurant or meal delivery service. And if you can get all organic with the human-friendly foods as we have on our foods list, that heal the body, as also demonstrated by various different actually successful healers, cooked in the right way with the right ingredients, using cooking oils that don't destroy your health and in cooking pans or pots that don't poison you, then that can be very helpful. But you may say, oh well, I can just get food from a restaurant or meal delivery service. And if you can get all organic with the human-friendly foods as we have on our foods list, that heal the body, as also demonstrated by various different actually successful healers, cooked in the right way with the right ingredients, using cooking oils that don't destroy your health and in cooking pans or pots that don't poison you, then that can be very helpful. Do understand here that the angle at which we develop these recipes is for time and effort saving, for sure. Time efficiency is one of our top priorities, in addition to having foods or foods lists that we can eat that provide us the powerful nutrients without all those hideous side effects of popular modern foods. We like the cooking batches in particular. We're not necessarily here to try to impress people or to get on a TV cooking show network with some fancy recipe that looks really pretty on a plate, yet it takes a ton of time, that a ton of effort to make. That said, we are pretty creative with our food combinations in our recipes, and we do like foods that taste really good. And yes, we do have restaurant ownership experience. We have quite a bit of experience in food preparation through for owning and running 3 restaurants, all at the same time, which is in part why we got out of the bricks and mortar world eventually and went all digital. Yes, having foods that taste really good and that we get excited about, that you get excited about, is so important. Once you find those foods, those recipes, dieting becomes so easy, and I speak from experience. And so, we are excited to tell you about this new recipe monthly program called MAGNALEAN Extreme Power Recipes Monthly, because when we discovered these types recipes, everything in life became easier. With these recipes, it became easier to lose weight and keep it off. It became easier to have high, sustained energy without all those drama dips of energy where you feel like taking naps all the time. It became easier to get my health in line and correct any remaining health issues. My mood increased considerably, helping make me happy most of the time, versus crappy grumpy when I ate the old school foods. Speaking of old school foods, like the old school bodybuilder diet, you'll be shocked to hear that so many people are ending up in all sorts of clinics with all sorts of hideous health problems due to the old school bodybuilding type of diet. Now, some bodybuilders over time did a little better than others because they incorporated more foods that help them heal besides just protein and amino acids. A lot of other bodybuilders got themselves into all sorts of trouble due to these meat and potatoes 6 to 8 times a day diets. And then if they go to modern pop health for solutions while starting to pop all sorts of pills, they can open up a can of worms of compounded health problems, which can end up with the removal of body parts and other Frankenstein procedures. Yes, it is shocking to hear that even a Mr. Olympia had to go to one of these good, healing health clinics to try and get their organs back and their digestive tract back after getting in big trouble. Fortunately, these bodybuilders ended up at clinics of those that actually had track records of success in all sorts healing challenges before having their organs and colons gutted. Restaurants and meal delivery can also be very expensive. You can't control the ingredients and you can't control the quality. Ever work in a restaurant? Yikes. But with our recipes, you can cook once for several days with these recipes and be set with powerful health boosting and lean body getting foods. And you'll know what exactly is in those foods. And from much restaurant experience, if you knew what goes on in the kitchens, you may start to think twice about using restaurants and meal services as your long-term solution. Closing parenthesis. If you're looking for convenience, you can Have others cook for you. You could have family members cook. You can take turns with family members. You can hire people to cook these recipes for you. You can make deals with family and friends to cook for you in exchange for you doing something for them. Or you could buy the food, have someone cook, and then they can take some or one half of the foods for their effort. Those are just some ideas for automation so you can get powerful foods in front of you, according to our foods list. That said, we've designed these recipes to be big time savers. Why? Because we are super busy these days and we have discovered all sorts of new extremely efficient ways of cooking and exercise, supplementation, using protocols and all sorts of wildly creative but highly effective techniques to solve most health problems and achieve most health goals. And why these recipes? Because they are designed to be nutrient delivery vehicles for getting in strong amounts of powerful beneficial nutrients while looking to avoid any foods that have side effects like most popular modern foods have. Yes, the wrong foods and corrupted foods are the root of what has happened in skyrocketing disease rates across the country and the planet who use the similar types of foods. It takes habit creation to get used to foods that automatically make you lean and toned while making your body highly healthy and powerful. These foods will allow you to have high levels of sustained energy without those nasty dips of energy that come with eating crappy modern foods, recuperate faster from working out, even recuperate faster from injury, speaking from experience and logically speaking, build muscle faster, be able to think faster and more clearly, have a better mood and arguably become a better person. I say these things from experience with these foods. We created these recipes with the various foods we use to put the human body in a position for great health by sticking with these foods only. That's the concept. Through only eating these foods you will likely also start to transform your gut biome to crave foods that help you heal. Once you can change your cravings to what you find appealing versus disgusting, then everything can become very easy and you can stop being tempted into eating crappy foods that wreck your health, make you fat and bring about early death. And of course, in order to make this type of change over, one has to stop the bad and only do the good. Plus, I know many of you would like to have the skill of being able to cook. We will teach you how to cook in much smarter and healthier ways with much better foods. You'll be able to better impress your friends and family. You'll be able to better introduce foods to your family that make them healthy and healed, helping them gravitate away from terrible destructive foods. We will also target high efficiency cooking so you can get far more foods that last a lot longer and that make people feel good. The foods from the various recipes in our program, now the most satisfying and tastiest foods to me personally, the one typing this letter out. And now most restaurant food and prepared food from the grocery store seems like hollow flimsy garbage compared to the foods from these recipes. One more important note on that topic, since it really bugs me, is that kids are not trash receptacles. A lot of people these days think you can feed a kid anything because they are kids. That is not so. The garbage people feed kids on average, arguably could be equated to child abuse once you know what crappy, corrupt modern fake foods do to your children. By feeding kids crappy foods loaded with refined foods, chemicals, pesticides and GMOs, you are causing destruction in their little bodies and minds while setting the child up for future failure or while limiting what they could become. Plus, by feeding them crappy foods you will stimulate bad behavior. Oops. Also, your kids will tend to perform a lot less in school and athletics versus what they could be doing by allowing them to continue on eating destructive foods. But, they'll throw a fit. I don't keep taking them to get fast food and feed them those GMO, chemically loaded, refined sugary cereals. Yes, they will initially, until you retrain their gut biome, which doesn't take long, fortunately. By feeding your kids junky, crappy modern foods you are stunting their growth and setting them up for a future of disease. It only takes a few repetitions of forcing your kids to eat crappy foods or simply feeding them these refined poisoned foods to culture a new corrupt gut biome that will get them to crave strongly while refusing to eat good healing foods, the junky, low nutrient, corrupted, poisoned foods, fast foods and refined foods into the future. I know from my own experience and those of others, in addition to various clinical studies in regards to gut biome testing and children's reactions to different foods, that the gut biome is absolutely the key. Speaking in terms of just basic common sense though, when you start feeding a kid junk food that has addictive properties and that also is toxins, while depleting and draining out important nutrients out of the child's system, eventually the child will get used to the food like fast food or junk cookies, and then we'll start to crave them to the point of having emotional tantrums if they don't get it. What's up with that? Everyone with kids just about has seen that these days. A gut biome can be cultured in as little as 1 to 3 servings with these junky processed foods. And as the biome that helps digest the junk food grows, so will the cravings, and the cravings will be strong and emotionalized. These cravings will have a powerful control over your kids. Your kids will sound like they're dying if they don't get their next batch of fast food or junk processed cookies. You've probably experienced this. But it's not necessarily your kids' cravings, their tantrums or even their fault, it's their gut biome causing the havoc within. And those dark critters can have powerful mental and emotional control over an individual. I.e., children's behavior goes bad when you keep feeding them processed foods and refined sugar. Most everyone would agree to that concept, and now you know why. This all may sound strange, but most all of us have gone through this process. Let's just say we start with a tasty or what seems to be tasty sugary treat. All of a sudden after having it once we could start into a whole trend, a whole movement where we start eating tons of sugar for the next several weeks or longer. How do I know? Lots of unfortunate personal experience. We will start to crave these foods after culturing the biome for these foods in very few servings. Yet the good news is that we can culture good gut biome for craving good foods only fairly quickly too. And by having the foods on hand from these MAGNALEAN extreme recipes you can better maintain the good gut biome that can be so helpful for a healthy, lean and toned body. And that's the gist of this MAGNALEAN Extreme Recipes monthly program. So the concept is that if you can retrain your children's gut biome towards eating these good foods we use in MAGNALEAN Extreme after first going through the initial cranky temper tantrum phase, they will lose interest in the junk food and they will start to like and even crave the good food. And once kids and you eat most only powerful healing foods that deliver powerful arrays of amazing nutrients to the body, then you put your kid and you in position for much greater future success in everything they do. Start learning our recipes to start mastering an array of body-empowering formulas for success, health, good looks and a lean body. The recipes are the secret formulas. And when you learn to turn food into medicine, to heal the body and make it powerful for energy, fat burning, anti-aging, power, strength, endurance, great moods etc. while providing all the nutrients you need in a day, then you've developed a powerful skill ahead of most of the billions of humans on this planet. Yes, this is what we're going for. Food as medicine and food as secret formulas for powering up the body and healing the body. We want to master recipes, master making them and master experiencing them, so they can provide us a powerful spectrum of vitamins, minerals, fats in the proper balance, amino acids, proteins, and other powerful nutrients that support the body and the power to higher levels of health and performance that aren't much talked about in standardized nutrition. Many healthcare professionals would argue that the RDA, or the DA, for daily nutritional needs levels is too low. That's debatable depending on what you want to accomplish. But the problem is that most people don't even come close to having these daily nutritional needs, their RDA or DA, consumed on a daily basis. And if they do intake all of the RDA, DA nutrients, most people, these days to the point of this typing, intake foods that have side effects, making them fatter and sicker at the same time. We need to be far more efficient. And that's why we made MAGNALEAN Extreme Recipes Monthly. Get started through the order button below. We've been tricked into eating the wrong types of foods in while culturing gut biome imbalances that have put us into slavery through addiction to eating these destructive foods, slavery to bad gut biomes, slavery to weakness plus lack of energy and slavery to endless health problems. So let's get this fixed by getting organized and having the recipes we need in order to get the job done and feed our bodies with powerful nutrients that don't have those side effects while receiving recipes that not only feel good but tastes good too. So it's time to take action. Add to your lean body getting arsenal these powerful, nutrient dosing recipes, kinda like mini, super power pills, of food designed for helping establish powerful nutritional balance while helping you load up with many powerful healing and strengthening nutrients. Put yourself in a high probability position for great health and a lean and toned body simply by learning and mastering these recipes. Help yourself make weight loss more easy and automatic by having the recipes that can feed the body while helping keep you out of trouble that occurs by going back to the foods that gave you lean body challenges in the first place. Take action and get started today. We're going to send you recipes monthly and explain to you how to make those recipes in the easiest way possible. We can also show you how to find the ingredients in the easiest way possible at really good prices. This could help save a lot of time too. We're going to show you how to get the maximum food out of the least effort from cooking tricks we've learned over the years in addition to storage tricks as well. Additionally, we are going to present automation concepts for you to try and automate as much of cooking as possible. Yes, automating food preparation and availability could be a productivity life changer for many, freeing you to get more done while always having food ready for you all without worrying about what to eat next. Get started for the one-time special offer price that you can access below if you take action and sign up right now. Lock in your low price to prevent any future price increases. Additionally, since this is a membership, do understand that you will have the ability to cancel whenever you want from your members' back office, so you don't have to worry about stopping your membership when you want. It's easy to do from your back office and from your initial order receipt. So, take action, and start adding our secret formula food as medicine recipes to your lean, toned and healthy body getting arsenal today. Click add to cart below to get started.